today with Mohamed Tahan. Today we're going to talk about the history of cells and cell theory. Cells are the basic units of structure and function in living things. The study of cell, called biology, cells vary from single-cell organisms, bacteria to multicellular structures, tissues, organs, and organisms, animal and plant. Zach Ariel Jensen invented the microscope. With it, he could examine the specimens at the magnification from 1,000th to 2,000th time to their true size. We're gonna talk about the discovery of cell. Robert Hooke studied a cork slices under a microscope and saw tiny structures he ended up calling cells because the structures resembled the chambers of a monastery. Anto van Leeuwenhoek improved on lens technology. He was the first to examine and describe microorganisms like bacteria in a drop of water. He called them little beasties. Cell theory, we have Matthias Schleiden, Theodor Schwann, Rudolf Virchow. 1858, German botanist Matthias Schleiden concluded that all plant parts are made cells. 1839, German physiologist Theodor Schwann, who was a close friend of Schleiden, stated that all animal tissues are composed of cells. 1858, Rudolf Virchow, German physician, after extensive study of cellular pathology, concluded that cells must arise from pre-existing cells. Let's talk about the cell theory. All organisms composed of one or more cells. So we know the cell that is the basic unit of life in all living things. All cells are produced by the division of the pre-existing cells. The discovery of cells would not have been possible without the invention of microscope. Compound light microscope used glass lenses, just like the early microscope that Robert Hooke used. And modern compound light microscopes use electricity, source of light, and can magnify images up to 1000 xw or without blurring. The modern microscope is like the transmission electron microscopes called TEM, and the scanning electron microscope SEM can magnify specimens up to 500,000. Let's talk about the modern cell theory. The cell contains hereditary information, DNA, which is passed on from cell to cell during the cell division. All cells are basically the same in chemical composition and metabolic activities. All basic chemical and psychological functions are carried out inside the cell: movement, digestion, and another. Cell activity, it depends on what? Depends on the activities of subcellular structures within the organelles, nucleus, plasma membrane, and another. And that's the diagram for prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So let's talk about the differences in cell types. All cells fall into one of two categories: eukaryotes, prokaryotes. Eukaryotes, cell with a membrane bound organelles. Prokaryotes, cells, nucleus, and membrane bound organelles. A nucleus is the central organelle of cell that contains genetic material, which is DNA. Organelles are like organisms for the cell. They are special structures that form vital functions. The modern compound light microscope uses electricity, a source of light, and can magnify. Prokaryotic cell, unicellular organism like a bacteria, DNA is not found in nucleus and organelles are absent. Eukaryotic cells have a membrane bound nucleus and membrane bound organelles. Animals, plants, and protists and fungi are all eukaryotic organisms. Thank you for watching. Hope that you enjoy. Okay, bye.